What's up, TriFitness fans? Coach Jake again. We're going to talk to you about the program before we get into it. So we're going to be doing a full body workout here, working on a functional training program for body weight specifics. Those components are going to be your cardiovascular warm-up, your 5-minute warm-up. We're going to go do a mobility and activation to get those muscles prepped, get our full range of motion so we're actually moving well before we get into adding some resistance to it into our hypertrophy and strength portion of that program. So the ultimate goal is to give you a full, all-encompassing program to help you to do these things at the house safely in a way that you actually understand and can reapply consistently. And that's the main thing that matters. You have to understand what you're doing and why we're doing it, because we want to train. We don't just want to exercise. We want to try to improve those movement patterns. And that's the ultimate goal that we have at TriFitness, is to help you to move better every single day. Think about that engagement, think about that range of motion, the deep breathing, the relaxation. Every single aspect is going to help you to move better, so then you can move more throughout your every single day lives. So here with this program, we're going to really try to focus in on helping you to only use what you have at your house. Now you can have some weights if you have them laying around the house, use them. Okay, if you don't have weights at the house, we can use just our body, and you can modify everything. I'm going to give you a couple different versions for every exercise as I go through it, but I'm going to do the whole workout so you can actually keep up with me and you can do these things alongside me, all right? So the way this is going to work is I'm going to go through a full 5-minute warm-up, and I'm going to go into, from there, our mobility and activation, the exercises that I try to do for myself for mobility and activation. And as you know, some of our TriFitness members, some of you are going to have different stuff. So if you need that as well, reach out and we can get you that information. But today I'm going to do what I usually do, and I'm going to go into a hypertrophy and strength. That's going to be 6 different exercises that are working on upper and lower body. Well, something we can just do right here in the garage. So I'm going to go ahead and get this program going for you, try to get you guys pumped, get you moving, get you excited about what's happening, and then we'll consistently get better every single day. But remember the reason why. If we aren't using the proper muscle, if we aren't keeping good form, you got to take a break and step back. Everything rolling here, y'all. So first and foremost, we're going to be doing this 5-minute warm-up. I'm going to be doing it all on my watch here. So just kind of old school. We're going to start with jumping jacks, all right? Breathing deep, trying to get that oxygen flowing throughout the whole process. I got my water and my towel here. I hope you do as well. And we're going to go in 5, 4, jumping jacks, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Breathe, y'all. Go a full 5 minutes. Pretty raw here, just like I said, we're in the garage. Trying to get you guys something to do. Get that heart rate up, and we can mix it up, crossovers back and forth. 5 minutes is too much for you. You can do something else, okay? About halfway through these jumping jacks. Mix it up. Crossovers, seal jacks. Breathe. Get into it, y'all. Oxygen. Stay with it. 10 seconds. Crossover again. Back to normal jumping jacks. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. All right, now we're going to go straight into the skate jump. So that's just going to be side to side. Side to side. You can try to plant, or you can touch down with that back toe. All right, just breathe, chin and chest tall, sit into the hips, warming the body up. Side to side. Think about a speed skater on the ice. I was never really good at skating, but I can move. Breathe. Stay with it, y'all. Pushing through. Strong, chin and chest tall, back and forth. Back and forth. About 15 seconds left. These skate jumps, get the heart rate up, pushing through, pushing through. 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. All right, now we're gonna go into cross body reaches, and I'm just reaching. reaching, reaching. Trying to keep my pelvis flat, so I'll go sideways for you. I don't want to be hyperextending my lower back like this. Don't do that. So just reach. Breathe. Go up on your toe. Reach for the opposite arm. Cross body. Warming up everything. Getting that full body nice and stretched out. All the way from your toes to the tips of your fingers. Try to keep your chin and chest tall. Pushing through, y'all. Breathe. 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 Looking good. About 15 seconds left. Push it. It's our third exercise of 5 for the warm-up. Back and forth, and honestly, you could just go and do a little run around the house, run around the neighborhood. You can do high knees, steps. There's a lot of different things. Just get that heart rate up. Rest. All right, we're gonna rotate straight into our straight leg kicks. So chin and chest tall, go across, tap the leg, tap the toe, whatever your flexibility is. Breathe. But bring those knees and feet to you, don't go to them. So try not to lean forward. Don't let your lower back bend or your upper back bend. Try to keep chin and chest tall the whole time. Breathing, breathing. Staying with it, strong. Hopefully this gives you something to do at the house. Stay with me, y'all, come on. Just this 5-minute warm up. Breathing deep, feeling those hips. We're down to about 5 seconds here. 4, 3, 2, rest. All right, the last thing we're gonna do, it's not gonna have our heart rate as high, but it's really good exercise. So we're gonna go into a hamstring stretch. Then you're gonna squat and rotate, okay? And then reach to the ceiling. Hamstring stretch, squat, rotate, rotate. Reach to the ceiling. Boom. Hamstring stretch, squat, rotate, rotate. Try to reach to the ceiling. Breathe. Hamstring stretch, squat, rotate, rotate, reach to the ceiling. This is opening up our hips, our shoulders, our hamstrings, upper back, chest, everything. Y'all breathe through it. Stay with it. Strong. Reach, reach. Last set of exercises for this first 5-minute cardio warm-up. Some of you are like, this is a warm-up? Breathe. Nice control. Last one here. Good. And reach to the ceiling. Shake it out, y'all. Get a little bit of water. We're going to move on to our mobility and activation warm-up. Again, I really want you to focus on why you're doing this. I want you to focus in on doing it correctly. Make sure we're using our body correctly. Make sure we're breathing deep, getting good long ranges of motion, trying to stretch everything out right now during this activation and mobility warm-up. We're trying to let our joints move to our full range of motion, but we're trying to also activate those muscles to help stabilize us and help us to move healthily and safely when we get into this hypertrophy and strength portion of the workout. So, going to be starting here. First and foremost, this is going to be the bird dog exercise. And a lot of people call them different things. I call it a bird dog. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the cat and camel here. So just focusing on getting that neutral spine real quick. Find the middle of those. And we're going to go out. I like to go elbow to knee and back out. Okay. And if it's too hard to go elbow to knee, then just in and out. Okay. Nice control. Now alternate sides. Breathe. In. Breathe. Nice and controlled, neutral spine, meaning I'm not looking down with my chin tucked and I'm not looking up, straight in front of me, straight in front of me. I want to make sure that my forehead is parallel to the ground. Think about the crown of your head pushing forward through the wall. Nice control, about 5 to 10 either side here. And again, like I talk about in a lot of my videos, I'm really not as much worried about numbers. I'm worried about proper movement. So I'm feeling pretty good on that one. Next thing, we're going to go into a fire hydrant. Okay, I got my awesome socks on today, as you can see. I know we're all going through a lot, this COVID thing, but You'll be able to get this, y'all. So we're gonna go straight up and straight down. Okay, we can also do circles. Okay, we do full range of motion circles with the hips. Nice control. Just make sure that you're not rotating the spine to the side. Okay, make sure you're rotating the hip. You can alternate back and forth. Nice control. Breathe in, locking those arms out. Again, neutral spine. Starting to get warm in here already. Breathe, y'all, breathe. Staying with it. Strong throughout the process. Keep those hips neutral. Meaning you're not leaning over to your left side when you're using your right. And you're not leaning over to your right when you're using your left. You're staying locked and loaded in your spine and your arms, and you're letting those hips warm up. All right. So that was our bird dog. That was our fire hydrant. Now we're going to go into the world's greatest stretch. So far we've worked on our bird dog, our fire hydrant, and this is the world's greatest stretch. And a lot of people do it different ways. I like to keep my back leg on the ground because I'm also going to get a good hip flexor stretch, keeping tension on my back glute, butt muscle, pushing out in here. I'm going to stretch this front hip. Breathe in, exhale, and reach to the ceiling. Breathe in, exhale, and reach to the ceiling, y'all. Breathe in, exhale, and reach to the ceiling. Nice control. About 5, maybe 6, maybe 7. Each side. Feeling a good little stretch on my hip flexor. Reaching. Alright, now we're going to the other side. Keep some tension in this glute. Pushing it into the ground. Stabilizing with that outside hand. I've got a little tension in the muscle of the hand. I don't like just pushing it into the ground. I like to protect my joints, both my feet and my hands, by using them consistently. Breathe. Flexing that hip flexor. In the back, pushing it in, reach into the ceiling, stretching my chest, stretching this front hip, all the way into my adductors, into my hamstrings on the front, rolling area, rest. All right, so now we're gonna go into hip flexor stretch. So I'm gonna actually just stretch that hip flexor. And I'll show you from the side here. So what I wanna do is I wanna make sure I'm bringing my pelvis forward, keeping tight glutes, and then I'm pushing into my hip. Breathe, stay strong. I like to hold for about 10 seconds, 3 times on each side. 5, 4, 3, 2, rest, reset, push in. Breathe, chin, chest roll. 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. One more, nice control, glutes tight. Tucking my pelvis under, 5. Stay with it. Strong, chin, chest tall, y'all. Keep that chest open. So in every other exercise, you're making sure you keep a long, tall spine. I just like to reiterate that, and you're breathing all the time. All right, so we're gonna switch sides. Again, we're stretching these front hip flexors. They end up getting tight on a lot of this because we sit, right? But if we let our pelvis tilt backwards, you're not even stretching anything. You're just pushing all the way down, which also our quads probably need some stretch, but this isn't the stretch for that. All right, so we're keeping the pelvis strong, glutes engaged, push in, hold for 3 10-second holds. That's what I like to do. 5, 4, 3, 2, rest, back, one more time, flex, stretch, chin and chest tall, and breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, one more. Flex the glute. Push into that hip flexor. Keep that pelvis tilted forward. Strong chest. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. All right, now we're going to go to our back here. First one we'll do will be our scap slides. All right, you can do them on the wall as well, but I like to let gravity help me. My chest stays pretty tight. So I'm going to breathe in, nice control. Flatten out my rib cage, so that means you don't want to tilt your rib cage off the ground. You want to have it somewhat flat. You can leave the natural curve in your lower back. Breathe. Exhale. Try to get the back of your hand without bending the wrist as close to the ground as possible. Just breathe. Exhale as you go over. Inhale as you come back. If you mess up, just reset. There is really no right or wrong with the breathing. You just want to try to focus on a good movement. And again, we're practicing, we're training. We're trying to get better every day. Consistency is what really pays off. Watching this video one time is not going to do a whole lot for you. But trying to practice these moves consistently will help you in the long run. All right, so now we're going to do a little hip bridge or a glute bridge, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to dig my heels into the mat. I'm going to tuck my pelvis to get some lower abs. And then I'm going to squeeze my glutes dry and lift up. Breathe. Dig my heels into the mat, toes in the air. You can turn the toes out if you don't feel enough glute. Tuck the pelvis, drive up. And again, we're just trying to get those muscles ready to roll because we're not even doing hypertrophy or strength yet. We're just trying to just roll into some good movement. Breathe. Again, tucking the pelvis. Tuck the pelvis, boom, lift, squeeze the glutes. Nice control. Tucking the pelvis, squeeze, lift the glutes and hips, and rest. All right, so next thing we're gonna do is a 90-90 hip flexor stretch, okay? I'll go ahead and face you for this one. So 90-90 is, we want a 90-degree angle in the front knee, we want a 90-degree angle in the back knee. And I like to be active throughout this stretch, so I'm gonna be using the muscles of my hip to literally rotate my foot into the ground. And again, it's gonna sound a little bit alien, I said this in the last video to a lot of people, but you can do it, and it will help. So, activating, pushing the foot. I like to say 3 deep breaths. Take your time. And I mean deep breaths. And I'm not talking about from your chest. I'm talking about diaphragmatic breathing. All the way to the belly. Again, active in these muscles, keeping that foot flat. Breathe, and I do 3 deep breaths 3 times on each side, and then I'll switch sides. All right, now we're gonna reach back. Again. Forward. That's a really good stretch, and if you need more, go get it. Do more. All right, I'm gonna switch sides. 90 again and 90 again. Trying to keep activation of these hip flexors, the hip internal external rotators to keep the foot actually on the ground. Same thing in the back. Deep breath. Good stretch. Go to the back. Trying to keep this leg down too. All right. Breathing, y'all. Chin and chest tall. So you're getting a good solid stretch. Reach back. Activating, feeling it all down in here, even into the inside of my knee zone. Last one before we get into our next phase. Working on a little hypertrophy and strength. We'll talk a little bit more about what dictates strength or hypertrophy in a second, and what hypertrophy actually means. All right. So that, for me, is going to be my activation, mobility portion of this warm-up. There's a lot of other things you could add in there, but for today, that's where I'm going to go ahead and put a pause on it, so we can go ahead and move on to our hypertrophy and strength. I'm going to get water, grab my towel. All right, hope everybody's still sticking with us, playing along. So this next part's going to get a little bit more intense, okay? But it's meant to. So really, the difference between hypertrophy and strength is like maximal amount you could actually lift is what strength is, for maybe 5 reps or less. And most people honestly don't strength train too much. There are some folks that do, power lifters, some bodybuilders use strength training a lot. But a lot of people really kind of need it in the beginning, especially that hypertrophy, to build more muscle, so then you can take that muscle and use it for health purposes, not only for exercise purposes. And that's really what I want to focus on. And that's usually rep ranges upwards 6, 8, 10, 12, 15, some of that you can actually use. And consistency and the amount each week really pays more of a dividend rather than trying to go all out in one program. So trying to get 3 times a week of this type of program would be better than it is trying to do it really hard one time. So that's why I really coach it in those kind of middle rep ranges. So I try to get at least about 8, sometimes 10, maybe even 15 reps. And then do that for every exercise and change it up. And obviously, if you've been doing this for a while, maybe you need to go to a strength base. Maybe you need to go to a higher rep range. Maybe you need to change up the amount of weight. Maybe you need to change up the exercises. Maybe you need to work on some negative stuff like that. There's a lot of different things, but for most general population people, this will really do good. And maintaining that proper form and that ability to move is really got to be your focus, and being consistent. So I really want to coach you up on those things today, help you to make sure you're moving properly, help you to make sure that you're able to do this again in 2 days and not, oh my God, I can't move, or I'm killing myself and I have to, go get shoulder surgery. That's not what we're looking for. All right. So I'm going to wear a vest. And if you have a book bag at home, it works just like a vest. Grab your book bag, put a bunch of books in it, throw it on, right? So this vest is kind of too big for me, but when it comes to its size, so it will look a little bit funny, but hey, you're gonna do what you gotta do. So we're gonna be doing 3 sets of each exercise, and I'm gonna try to get about 10 reps at least for each one, and maybe more, we'll just see. But the first exercises we're gonna be doing today, and we're also gonna superset. And if you don't know what that means, that just means that you're gonna do an exercise, and then you're not gonna do much rest and go right next to that other exercise. But what you wanna do is make sure that it's 2 completely different body parts that you're really kind of focused on. And functional fitness, you don't necessarily focus on just one body part with the movements. So we're really kind of working a lot of different stuff. And these reverse flies, you can do them without weight. It's really about the muscle activation that we're trying to work with. So when you're doing a fly, and I'll talk about it in a second when we get to it, and you want to make sure that you're flexing those back muscles and control down. Flexing those back muscles and control down. And you can do it with a lot of different stuff. You can even just do tension. You could grab a towel and just hold tension up against something that's heavy enough to hold you, maybe a bed frame. Maybe even if you had it slammed in a door that you could wrap it around the frame, you can do it that way. Just holding that tension in the muscle is really going to let it work and get you some of that actual hypertrophy, get you some of that damage that you need to see that adaptation to get healthier and build more muscle mass over time. So we're going to start with some split squats and some dumbbell reverse flies today. And like I said, if you don't have dumbbells, it's okay. You can do it with a lot of different stuff, and you can do it with nothing. You can grab water bottles, you can grab cans of beans, whatever you got around the house. I've seen people using, like I said, book bags, tennis shoes, not like tennis shoes, but like boots. You can grab your boots and use those, a lot of different things. So a split squat, I'm gonna show you from the side. You're gonna push off both legs, chin and chest tall, okay? I'm gonna drop my back knee straight to the ground and come straight back up, all right? Again, like I said, we're just gonna work on body weight exercises mainly today. If you have a book bag, grab it. I have my weighted vest, but we're gonna try to get about 10 reps each side. Breathing deep, nice and strong. I'm pushing off both feet consistently. And that's kind of one of the differences between a lunge and a split squat is you're pushing off both legs at the same time, okay? So I've got good activation in my front, and I've got good activation in my back foot, and I'm pushing both simultaneously. So I'm kind of scissoring, pushing, releasing, pushing, releasing. Trying to get them working every single time. Breathing, keeping my chin and chest tall, trying to drive through, y'all. Keep that good posture. All right, so that's split squats, and then we're gonna superset with dumbbell reverse flies. Like I said, if you don't have dumbbells, that's perfectly fine. We're just gonna try to really work on that muscle activation. I like to sit it into my hips a little bit, still activate my feet, let my hands hang down in front. If you have weights or water bottles or cans of beans, that's fine. Grab a hold, now push away and squeeze the back, slow down. Push away, squeeze the back, slow down. Push away, squeeze the back muscle, slow down. It all starts with your grip, y'all. If you don't have any weights, just make a really strong fist, and then flex everything in the back, slow down. Breathe, strong. Breathe, strong, stay with it, y'all. Breathe, strong. Push, push, push. right, do a couple more here. Strong fist, pushing away, squeeze my back muscles, slow down. One more. Strong fist, push away, squeeze my back muscles, slow down. Woo, first set. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and rest this full minute, just so I can give you guys an actual program that I would give someone inside our gym. I'm always telling them, if it's too easy, you need to add more weight, add more reps, right? You don't need that minute rest. So we'll talk a little bit again about the ultimate goal of what we're trying to do. I want full range of motion, I want healthy movement, I want pain-free movement, and I want you to use that muscle properly. I'm not just trying to get through the program, I want you to try to improve yourself every single day you walk through those doors. At our gym, walk through the doors, even at your own house. Whatever it is, have a goal to actually get better, not just get through the workout. So get better today, do your best for that day. And obviously, you do have ups and downs, and times are gonna be tough, but guess what? The more you work hard, the more you push yourself, the better you're gonna be in those tough times. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and grab some of my dumbbells here for the second set of split squats. So we're gonna be doing, again, 10 forward, or 10 each leg, one leg forward, one leg back, chin and chest tall, good solid squeeze, push up. Good solid squeeze, push up. Both feet are engaged, chin and chest are tall, rib cage is strong, trying to keep that consistent breathing. Breathe, y'all, stay with it. It's gonna get easier one day, just not 2 days. Stay with it. Strong, strong, strong. Good. All right, we'll do one more. Switch sides. All right, chin and chest tall. Drop that back leg, push straight up. Stay with it, y'all. Pushing through. Strong, strong, strong. Good. Both feet are engaged. Chin and chest are tall. Trying to use that front quad to push back. Trying to push off that back as well. Back leg. And rest. All right, dumbbell reverse flies. Sitting in our hips again, core engaged, so I'm not hyperextended and I'm not hunched over, meaning I'm keeping a flat rib cage. Squeezing those lats down, squeezing my handles. Breathe in, push away, slow down. Breathe in, push away, slow down. If you don't have weights, just really strong squeeze of the hands. Squeeze those back muscles, slowly lower. Breathe. Getting better today, y'all. Let's stay with it. Strong, strong, strong. Breathe. Strong hands, strong fist. Push away, squeeze those back muscles, slow down. 2 more. Last one. Strong squeeze, slow down, rest. Again. Go a full minute. Get my water here. Hopefully this program helps some of you guys get a little bit of an idea of what you can do at home to help you stay dedicated to movement, stay healthy, build your immune system, and relieve some of that stress. You know, for me, it's really mental, so mental. I try to really push myself to those limits, so whenever I'm overthinking things or overanalyzing or I'm having those kind of depressive moments, I know that I can handle stuff, basically because of how hard I work in the gym, how hard I work in my everyday life, and it really does get me through a lot of tough times. We're gonna do one more set of each of these, y'all. Pushing through about 15 more seconds rest. So we're gonna do 6 total strength exercises today. Drive and drive and drive. All right, 5 seconds. Going back into our split squats. Start with my left leg forward, chin and chest tall. I'm pushing off both legs though. It's that scissor effect like I talked about earlier. Pushing off both simultaneously. I've got my feet engaged in the front and I've got my feet engaged in the back. Chin and chest stay in the middle. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Strong through. Stay strong, y'all. Breathe deep. Nice and easy. We'll go 2 more. Strong through. All right, step forward, step back. Both legs are playing both times. So you're getting double the money, double the fun here. Driving through. Strong. Control. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Try to get good reps, not just get reps, okay? Both feet are engaged. Pushing off back leg and front leg. I'm gonna do 2 more. Last one. Rest. All right, gonna go to this dumbbell reverse fly. Let the hands hang. Sit in that neutral spine position. Not hunched over or hyperextended. Abs are engaged a little bit. Squeeze those back muscles. Squeeze those hands. Push away. Slow down. Push away. Squeeze. Slow down. Breathe. Try to keep that neutral spine, meaning I'm not tucking my chin or hyperextending, looking up. Kind of trying to push my crown of my head straight forward. Squeezing and breathing, y'all. Your legs will probably feel it a little bit too if you're in a good position. Let's go 2 more. Squeeze, slowly lower. Squeeze, slowly lower. All right. That's it for our first set of exercises, y'all. Again, we're gonna go for a minute's rest. Breathe deep. Now we're gonna go into some push-ups and hip bridges, okay? So you can do the push-ups elevated if you have, a table, the wall, the back of your couch, whatever it is, countertop. If you can't do a full bottom push-up, if a push-up gets too easy or you just wanna change it up, you can actually elevate your feet. Okay, so the hip bridge, I'm gonna do on a mat, but you can also do it with your shoulders on the back of the couch. Or even, on a table or something. I'll just go through those cues that we'll remember to make sure we're not hurting ourselves, to make sure we keep good, proper form. And we're trying to use the muscles that we wanna actually get workout of. I mean, it's like I tell a lot of my clients this, if you're an accountant and you go to work and you do engineering work, it's not gonna get you very far. So it's the same thing with those exercises. Use the muscle we're trying to use, all right? So I'm gonna leave this vest on. It's probably not gonna be too comfortable, just so I don't have to go back and forth for this, but I pretty much would not suggest it for most. All right, so nice control here. I'm gonna tuck my pelvis. I'm gonna dig those heels in. I'm gonna lift, slowly lower back down. Tuck my pelvis, lift, slowly lower back down. Breathe, squeeze, slowly lower back down. Squeeze, slowly lower back down. Tucking the pelvis towards the forehead, squeezing the glutes and driving those heels away. Breathe. Stay with it, y'all. Breathe. Strong, staying strong, push. All right, let's go about 3 more. Control down, push away. 1 more. Pushing, 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 drive. Good, control. All right, so now we're gonna go right into these push-ups. I'll show you from the side. So we're gonna have active hands. I always like to have active hands. We're gonna be a moving plank. You're gonna keep your core engaged. You're gonna keep your glutes engaged. You're gonna drive the ground away from you. You're gonna have your hands like you would push a car. Not out here, down here like you would help someone push a car. I know a lot of people end up with their elbows real high. You end up using, in my opinion, way too much shoulder, not enough chest. All right, plank position. Hands engaged, slowly lower, drive away. Breathe throughout the process. Again, neutral spine. Don't tuck the chin. Don't be looking straight away. I want you to be looking at the ground with that chin parallel with the ground. Nice control. Breathing deep. Looking good. 3 more. Hands engaged. 2 more. Glutes tight. Pelvis tucked. Good. 1 more all the way through. Rest. All right, we got 1 minute's rest, y'all. Breathing, breathing, breathing. So again, I'm trying to keep it 60 seconds rest in between each 2 exercises. So that was our hip bridges and our push-ups. We got 2 more sets of those. But I wanted to create a full-length video for you guys so you could just follow along. Again, we're trying to work our chest. We're trying to work our glutes. All right, so tuck that pelvis, dig those heels into the ground, and then lift the hips. Okay, squeeze the butt at the top, and that's for your hip bridges, okay? Then when you flip over, tuck your pelvis, flex your glutes, put pressure in your hands, and drive away with the chest, slowly lower. Drive away with the chest, slowly lower. Strong and control. And I'm just honestly being a little lazy, not taking this vest off for those hip bridges, but I normally would. All right, y'all, we got about another 5 seconds. Let's get ourselves back in position. Tucking that pelvis. Strong here. Relax. Push away. Hold the mat if you have it. It helps a little bit. Drive away. Breathe. Tucking the pelvis, abs on. Squeeze those glutes and lift. Create tension in those hips. Push it. Create tension in the glutes. Strong. Tuck the pelvis. You can turn the toes out a little bit if you're not feeling it in the glutes. That helps often. Not always, but it helps often. Tuck the pelvis. Flex the glutes. Lift high. Tuck the pelvis. Flex the glutes. Lift high. Last one. Squeeze and rest. Again, about 10 reps. I'm not really sure how many I'm doing. If you get too fatigued, you start losing form, rest. It's really not about the number. It's about being able to do them properly. And as you do more, you'll get better at it. Okay. Right into these push-ups. Active hands. I'm a moving plank. Flexing my glutes. Tucking my pelvis. Slowly lower. Drive away. Flexing my chest. Breathe. Drive away. Flexing my chest. Strong throughout, y'all. Keep those abs on. Squeeze. Hands are engaged. Pushing through the mat. If your wrist hurt, make a fist. Make a fist and push down with that. Strong, strong, strong. Or grab some dumbbells and use those. Squeeze those handles. We'll go 2 more. Strong. Pushing through. 1 more, y'all. Good. Rest. All right. Second set of those exercises done. Rest a minute. Get water. If you're like me, get your towel, wipe your face. Healthy to sweat. Healthy to sweat. Breathing, breathing, breathing. My TriFitness folks are like this, but I've actually got essential oils in here, y'all. So, wake me up. Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey, baby. About 30 more seconds here. Keep it going. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Those essential oils are one of my secrets. Makes you want to breathe more. Okay, y'all, we have about 20 seconds left here on this rest. I'll face the other direction just to make sure you guys can see me. You're doing those hip bridges. It's all about using the proper muscles, all right? That's the ultimate goal. How do we move? What muscles are doing that? It's the glutes, the abs right here, some hamstring. Tuck the pelvis, flex the glutes, lift. Strong. Tuck the pelvis, flex the glutes, lift. Strong. Tuck the pelvis, flex the glutes, lift. Strong. Oh. One thing you also want to think about is not lifting your rib cage, okay? So if you're hyperextending, your rib cage is flaring up, you want to stop that. Flex the glutes, squeeze, nice control. Flex the pelvis, flex the glutes, tilt the pelvis, flex the glutes. Lower abs are on, glutes are on, okay? Try not to let that rib cage flare up. Breathe. 1 more. Squeeze. Nice. All right, I'll face this way for the push-ups. Change it up a little bit. Active hands, I'm a moving plank. I think about pushing the ground away from me, all right? Strong, strong, strong. Everything's tight. Slowly lower, push away. Nice control. Push away. Keep those glutes tight, core tucked. Let's go, y'all. It's getting easier one day. Maybe not 2 days. Last set of these. Strong throughout. Stay with it. Almost there. Let's go 3 more. Good. 2 more. Push through the hands. 1 more. Finish with the chest. And rest. Woo. Fun times. Done with those exercises. All right, another minute's rest here. So that's 4 different strength hypertrophy style exercises depending on how many reps, where you're at and your level of lifting, whether you're a beginner or amateur. But if you're doing it, I'm telling you, you're getting better, you're getting healthier, your immune system's gonna get better, no doubt. Gotta eat right, gotta sleep, gotta manage stress, gotta stay hydrated, but exercise is a big part of that. Okay, so go back again. My clients know this one, especially. So we're gonna do a 3-direction monster walk. And I don't have any bands here, so I'm actually just gonna do it without bands. So I'm gonna go forward, back, or forward, back, side to side. And the positioning matters a lot. okay? So I like to really stick that butt out, keep that strong engagement of the feet. And I'm gonna be doing all this walking, right? Nice control, staying low. So even without bands, it's a pretty challenging exercise. We're gonna do 10 steps forward, 10 steps back, 5 steps to the left, 5 steps to the right. All right, I'm gonna start back here. Again, sitting back in my hips, staying low the whole time. I go heel to toe, breathe. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, breathe. 5, 6, 7, 8, butt low, 9, 10, and rest. You're gonna see me from the side. 1, heel to toe, 2, 3, keep that heel flat, 4, and 5. 1, 2, butt out, 3, chin and chest tall, 4, and rest. Okay, and then we're gonna alternate with planks. We're gonna do 5 each side, alternating hand lifts, okay? So leg and hand lifts. So I'm gonna do it flat, and I'll show you maybe from an angle here. So we'll go plank position, try to stabilize, lift, 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 lift. Tuck in the pelvis, tuck in the rib cage, not easy, strong. Go wide, rest. Go wide, they're pretty challenging. If you're narrow, so go wider. Those 2 exercises. I'm gonna rest a minute. All right? I could have done that plank better. So I gotta get better stability before I get going next time. Tucking my pelvis, keeping my rib cage nice and engaged. Using my lat, using my hand. So pushing everything, trying to stabilize full body. All right? Breathe, breathe, breathe. That was the first set of our last strength and hypertrophy exercises. So we got 2 more of those. And then we'll go into high intensity intervals. And we'll be doing 30 on, 30 off for those high intensity intervals. And then we'll be out of here, y'all. Good work so far. Stick with this. It will get you far, I promise. I'm gonna stay dedicated to these movements. Got about 20 more seconds on our rest. Breathe deep. Drink plenty of water. Stay hydrated for me, stay hydrated for you. All right, here we go, getting into it. So I'll get back here for these monster walks. Butt out, nice control, chin and chest up. 1, 2, breathe, 3, 4, 5. Butt out, 6, keeping that heel to toe. 9 and 10. 1, 2, 3, pushing those feet out. 4, 5, 6, strong feet, 7, 8, 9, and rest. All right, 5 to the left, 1, 2, 3, putting tension in my feet, 4, 5, bring it back, 1, 2, 3, 4, and rest. Nice. Okay, let's see if I can get this plank set up better this time for you guys. I'm gonna go wider because that was a little hard for me to be narrow. Maybe I'm just lazy today. Strong. Nice control, flex. Nice control, flex. That's better. Nice control, flex. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Strong, breathe, 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 and rest. Woo! Those are some challenging ones, y'all. And again, if you don't have a vest at home, can use a book bag. If you have it, if you have bands for these monster walks, put them around your ankles is what I like to do. A little bit more challenging. If you haven't noticed yet, I still got my awesome socks on. Pulling those bad boys up. Staying with you, y'all. Rest, rest, rest here. Another 30 seconds. This will be our last set of strength and hypertrophy exercises. And we'll be moving on from there.